Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Now in today's class, we are starting a new chapter that is government budget and the economy of macroeconomics. Now in this chapter, we will be learning the meaning of government budget, what are the objectives of preparing the government budget, what are the various components of government budget. Then we will be learning that what are budget receipts, what are your revenue receipts, capital receipts, budget expenditure, revenue expenditure, capital expenditure, and then the various types of deficits, and there will be few numerical problems based on the government deficit. Now in this session, we'll be learning the meaning of government budget and the objectives of government budget. To begin with, every government aims at maximizing the welfare of its country. Fine. The role of the government is to provide basic amenities like your water supply, electricity, health facility, education. So it requires a number of infrastructural, economic, and welfare activities. And all these activities requires a huge heavy expenditure. अब देखिए बेटा, suppose government undertakes the development of infrastructure, रोड बनानी है, डैम्स बनाने हैं, गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स कंस्ट्रक्ट करने हैं, गवर्नमेंट स्कूल्स कंस्ट्रक्ट करने हैं, तो इन सब में बहुत हैवी एक्सपेंडिचर इनकर होता है जिसको हम गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर कहते हैं. और हम एग्रीगेट डिमांड चैप्टर में, कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ एग्रीगेट डिमांड में हम ये पढ़ के भी आए हैं कि गवर्नमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर इज गोइंग टू कंप्राइज टू कंपोनेंट्स. फर्स्ट इज योर गवर्नमेंट कंजम्पशन एक्सपेंडिचर एंड गवर्नमेंट इन्वेस्टमेंट एक्सपेंडिचर. So what government does, government prepares a budget. Fine. And a budget is a document which contains the programs and policies of action of any fiscal year of the government. So what is the meaning of government budget? Government budget is an annual statement showing item-wise estimate of receipts and expenditure ड्यूरिंग अ फिस्कल ईयर. बेटे गवर्नमेंट का बजट जो है वो एक स्टेटमेंट होती है और उस स्टेटमेंट में हम क्या शो करते हैं कि गवर्नमेंट की टोटल रिसिप्ट्स एक किसी भी अकाउंटिंग ईयर में, हम इकोनॉमिक्स में उसको फिस्कल ईयर बोलते हैं, किसी भी फिस्कल ईयर में गवर्नमेंट की टोटल रिसिप्ट्स कितनी होंगी, एस्टिमेटेड रिसिप्ट्स, और गवर्नमेंट का एस्टिमेटेड एक्सपेंडिचर बोथ ऑन कंजम्पशन एंड ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट गवर्नमेंट का कितना होगा. तो वी प्रिपेयर अ बजट, एक एनुअल स्टेटमेंट बनाते हैं जिसके अंदर गवर्नमेंट के सारे रिसिप्ट्स और सारा एक्सपेंडिचर which the government is projecting in the next fiscal year is being shown. The receipt and expenditure shown in the budget are not the actual figures but the estimated value for the coming fiscal year. देखिए, जब बजट का मतलब होता है हम प्रपोज कर रहे हैं. फाइन. बजट बनाना, इट इज नॉट द स्टेटमेंट विच इज शोइंग द एक्चुअल इनकम और एक्सपेंडिचर ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. इट इज शोइंग द एक्सपेक्टेड receipt or expenditure which is going to be incurred in the coming fiscal year. And fiscal year is nothing but the accounting year which starts from 1st of April of a particular year and ends on 31st of March of the next year. Budget is prepared by government at all levels. For example, your central government prepares the union budget. Similarly, state government also prepare the state budget, and even local government also, they prepare their respective annual budgets. And the budget prepared by central government is known as union budget, and estimated expenditure and receipts are planned as per the objectives of the government. In India, budget is presented in the parliament on such a day as president may direct, and usually budget is proposed at the end of February. Every year, the last working day of February is a day which is fixed for the proposal of budget. It is required to be approved by the parliament before it can be implemented. Implement होने से पहले parliament से budget approve होता है, and then we are going to follow that budget in the next fiscal year. Now there are certain objectives of government budget. These objectives are the direct outcome of the government's economic, social and political policies. बेटा गवर्नमेंट ने जो अपनी इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी, सोशल पॉलिसी या पॉलिटिकल पॉलिसीज में जो एजेंडा लेके चलते हैं बेटा, उसी को ध्यान में रखते हुए बजट बनाया जाता है. और ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है बजट का? जब भी गवर्नमेंट कोई बजट प्रपोज करती है तो ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है कि सबसे पहले तो that budget should aim at reallocation of resources, and for reallocation of resources government uses two measures. First is tax concession or subsidies, and second is directly producing goods and services. We are going to learn both these measures in detail in the next slide. Secondly, the second objective of government budget is government budget is prepared keeping in mind the objective of reducing inequality of income and wealth. That is, the gap between rich and poor should be reduced. Then the third objective of government budget is to bring about economic stability in the country. If there is inflation, that should be checked. If there is deflation, demand should be increased. If there is inflation, demand should be decreased. And if there is deflation, demand should increase. The next objective of government budget is management of public enterprises. Now there are public sector enterprises like your railways, post offices. So we need to manage those public sector enterprises, and again the government budget or the union budget is being proposed for these public sector enterprises also. The fifth objective of government budget is to have economic growth, that is the GDP of the country should increase in real sense. It's not like that because of inflation the GDP is increasing. It should be that the growth of goods and services in real terms should take place. And lastly, the objective of government budget is to reduce the regional disparity. See, along with the reduction of income inequality, the regional disparities or regional imbalances should also be reduced. Yani ki every area of the country should be developed. Now let's take up these objectives in detail. First objective, reallocation of resources. Through a budgetary policy, government aims to reallocate resources in accordance with the economic, that is profit maximization, and social, that is public welfare priorities of the country. First is tax concession. To encourage investment, government can give tax concession, subsidies, etc. to the producers. For example, government discourages the production of harmful consumption goods like liquor, cigarette, etc. And on these items, government charge heavy taxes. And government want to encourage khadi products. So on khadi products, government provides more subsidies. So beta, tax concession or subsidies के मीडियम से गवर्नमेंट रिसोर्सेज को रीएलोकेट कराती है, जिनकी कंजम्पशन के ऊपर चेक रखना चाहती है, कोई हार्मफुल गुड्स हैं लाइक योर लिकर और सिगरेट, इसके ऊपर गवर्नमेंट हेवी टैक्सेस चार्ज करती है, और जिन गुड्स की कंजम्पशन को प्रमोट करना चाहती है उन गुड्स के ऊपर सब्सिडीज ऑफर कर देती है. Then directly producing goods and services, there are many non-profitable economic activities which are not undertaken by private sector. Like, see, in your area also, the water supply, sanitation का हमारे in Delhi, the sanitation is being taken care by Municipal Corporation of Delhi, MCD. Water supply. Now, such activities are necessarily undertaken by the government in public interest and to create social welfare. Fine. So that is why the government budget is being proposed, और हम budget के अंदर ये सारे measures लेके चलते हैं, that how much salary are we going to give the employees who are working with the government and taking care of these public healthcare services like providing water supply or sanitation. Fine. So the first objective of the preparation of government budget is reallocation of resources. Now the second is reducing inequalities of income and wealth. Now government aims to reduce such inequalities of income and wealth through its budgetary policy. Government अपने budgetary policy के through जो इनइक्वालिटीज है इनकम में, इनको रिड्यूस करती है. अब कैसे रिड्यूस करती है? द पीपल हु आर इन हाई इनकम ब्रैकेट्स, उनको वो ज्यादा टैक्स इम्पोज करती है, और जो टैक्स हाई इनकम ब्रैकेट में जो लोग हैं उनसे कलेक्ट किया है, उस टैक्स को वो स्पेंड करती है among the poor by giving various subsidies. Fine. So government aims to influence distribution of income by imposing tax on the rich and spending more on the welfare of the poor. It will reduce income of rich and raise standard of living of the poor, thus reducing inequalities in the distribution of income. और अब आप खुद देखिए, अभी तो हमारे टैक्स सिस्टम में क्या है, स्लैब सिस्टम आ गया है. जिनकी जितनी ज्यादा इनकम इंक्रीज होती है वो उतना हायर टैक्स देते हैं. फाइन. जो लो इनकम ब्रैकेट में आते हैं उनकी टैक्सेबल इनकम कम होती है एंड दे पे लेस टैक्स, एंड द पीपल हु आर पुअर दे गेट द बेनिफिट ऑफ सब्सिडीज. अब सब्सिडीज गवर्नमेंट अपने पॉकेट से तो नहीं दे सकती. अब गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है, जो अमाउंट टैक्स के फॉर्म में कलेक्ट करती है उसी को रीडिस्ट्रीब्यूट करती है टू गिव सब्सिडीज टू द पुअर. So the second objective, reducing inequalities in income and wealth. This is the second objective of government budget. The third objective is to bring about economic stability. Now, government budget is used to prevent business fluctuations of inflation or deflation. देखिए, inflation क्या होती है? High prices हो रहे हैं of the goods and services in the economy. So government क्या कर, और high price कब होता है, inflation situation कब होती है, जब demand ज़्यादा है than the aggregate supply. So what the government does, inflationary tendencies emerge when aggregate demand is higher than the aggregate supply. Demand ज़्यादा है, supply कम है, तो government क्या करती है, government अपना expenditure reduce कर लेती है. Government can bring down aggregate demand by reducing its own expenditure. और अगर deflationary gap बना हुआ है या economy में deflation है, तो government will increase its expenditure. So during deflation, government can increase its expenditure and give tax concessions and subsidies. Policies of surplus budget during inflation and deficit budget during deflation helps to maintain stability of prices in the economy. Now the next objective of government budget is management of public enterprises. Now, there are large public enterprise industries, especially natural monopolies. Now, we'll come back to that what are natural monopolies, which are established and managed for social welfare of the public. Budget is prepared with the objective of making various provisions for managing such enterprises and providing them financial help. अब नेचुरल मोनोपोलीज कौन कौन सी हैं हमारे इंडिया में? Natural monopolies exist when a single firm can produce goods and services at a cost which is lower than that of many competing firms. Or government operates, manages and control natural monopolies in India, especially in the areas of railways, post offices, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के अंदर तो बेटा अभी थोड़ी प्राइवेटाइजेशन आ भी गई है, लाइक योर टाटा पावर इज वर्किंग विद एनडीपीएल. Fine, but railways and post offices, they are purely natural monopolies, and they are being undertaken to promote the public welfare. So again, the management of public enterprises is also one of the objective of government budget. Fine, railways बेटा purely अभी भी natural monopolies का perfect example railways है. अभी तक इसके अंदर privatization नहीं हुई है. हालांकि गवर्नमेंट अभी प्रपोज कर रही है कि पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप के अंदर प्राइवेट सेक्टर को भी रेलवेज के अंदर रेलवेज में इन्वॉल्व करेंगे. फाइन, सो बेसिकली दी बट राइट नाउ अभी रेलवे तो आपका परफेक्ट एग्जांपल है ऑफ नेचुरल मोनोपोली. और आप रिकॉल करो फरवरी में जब बजट प्रपोज होता है तो रेलवे मिनिस्टर रेलवेज का सेपरेट बजट प्रपोज करते हैं. The next objective of government budget is economic growth. Economic growth implies a sustainable increase in real GDP of an economy, that is an increase in volume of goods and services produced in the economy. बेटा जब हमारे goods and services real terms में यानी कि उनका volume यानी कि उनका number increase होता है, then we say that yes, GDP is increasing in real sense. If a government provides tax rebates and other incentives for productive ventures and projects, it can stimulate savings and investment in the economy. Spending on infrastructure of an economy enhances the production activity in different sectors of the economy. देखिए बेटा economic growth के लिए just see the first point, first sub point. If the government provides tax rebate and other incentives for productive ventures and projects, it can stimulate savings and investment in the economy. Government क्या करती है, जिस एरिया में इन्वेस्टमेंट्स को इंक्रीज करना चाहती है उस एरिया में टैक्स रिबेट्स इंसेंटिव्स देती है ताकि entrepreneurs should come and start the productive ventures or projects in that area. Secondly, spending on infrastructure of an economy enhances the production activity in different sectors of the economy. See, let's take an example. Suppose government has indulged in the construction of a dam or a bridge. तो बेटा जब construction activity होगी तो employment generate होगी. Fine, employment generate होगी तो income भी increase होगी. So that is what we are going to take care of in the government budget. So in order to have our economic growth means your real increase in your GDP. That means increase in volume of goods and services produced in the economy. So in order to have the economic growth, we are going to plan in our government budget. And the last objective of government budget is reducing regional disparity. Now the government budget aims to reduce regional disparities through its taxation and expenditure policy for encouraging setting up of production units in economically backward region. Again, ये भी हमारे बजट का पार्ट होता है बेटे कि अगर गवर्नमेंट क्या चाहती है कि एवरी एरिया शुड डेवलप. अगर हम कोई इंडस्ट्री किसी बैकवर्ड एरिया में जाके लगाते हैं तो अगेन दैट एरिया विल डेवलप. उस एरिया में इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर सेटअप होगा, कम्युनिकेशन, रोडवेज, बैंकिंग, all the infrastructure facilities will be developed in that area. तो गवर्नमेंट क्या करती है? गवर्नमेंट again in its budget they have certain provisions that they give tax concession to the entrepreneurs who are going to go and set up their industries in backward, economically backward regions. Fine. So in order to reduce the regional disparities, government budget aims to have development of the regions, of the areas all over the nation, and therefore it's an objective of the government budget. So if we conclude, let's take a look on the mind map. The objectives of government budget are reallocation of resources, reducing inequalities of income and wealth, for economic stability, management of public enterprises, economic growth, and reducing regional disparities. I hope that the objectives of government budget are clear to all of you. I hope you have enjoyed the session today. That's all for today from my side. Thank you very much.